It's another episode of Poker Time. We're excited to be here with you guys. We're playing 5, 10, 20, 3 blinds, only 8 players. Who knows what other crazy things are going to happen?
Well, you've lied already because we're often playing 5, 10, 20, but this is going to be a bomb pot,
Yes,
so
it is.
there's no blinds. This is just an ante, effectively.
Fair enough. It's a double board Omaha bomb pot with a $20 per player ante.
It's like we have an issue already because Aaron's only got 2 cards. We're going to fix that up.
Well, Aaron has more than 2 cards, but only 2 of them are reading.
Yeah.
That'll change.
Bet 50.
Here we go.
Fold.
Aaron doesn't really have anything.
No, not much of a hand.
Fold.
Caremio.
Top 2 on top and top 2 on the bottom.
Fold.
It's got double top 2.
Oh, that's pretty good. Some backdoor straight stuff going on as well. Mamba's got top and bottom on top. And a heart draw on the bottom. So Mamba's got something to work with. And a gut shot on the bottom to the nuts, actually. Mamba's got some stuff working.
And Jeremy, who's also in there, has
He's got 9, 10,
gut
4.
shot and a pair, 2 pair on the bottom and a gut shot on top.
Mama makes the hearts on the bottom. And Jeremy now hits top pair up top anyway. It's not enough, but
170.
don't think that'll embolden him to continue. He's got also 9-4 on the bottom.
Yeah,
Probably
it's not
enough with the hearts there.
Certainly not. This is a fold.
Yep, fully expect it. Will Caremio be able to call? That ace does not. Is not. I don't think that. Caremio's
No, the
gonna be able to call
heart
either.
is bad. The ace is bad. I think Caremio should fold.
I agree. It is Mamba who is sometimes known to get a little out of line, but what are you going to do? And he lets it go. In fact, Mamba did have everything working there.
Well, Caremio was
Almost everything.
winning on top
He
still,
was.
but it was not a good spot.
Nope. And Mamba could have put in a big bet on the river if he wanted to try and win the whole pot pretty easily.
Yeah.
Big.
Danny pointing at Caremio. Caremio putting out the $20 because that's the third guy blind.
The third guy blind, yeah. Danny representing the action players here by being like, put the blind out. Let's go. Put the 20 out. We're
That's
doing
right.
20. Don't forget 20.
Sure are. Wolf starting things off very pretty jacks in his hand.
You know, a lot of poker players would disagree with you. Like, there's only 2 ways to play jacks, and both of them mean my life.
say
My
three-
wife
they
left me.
Players clearing out of the way so far from the under the gun open.
Not Action Aaron, though. His cards are suited.
Yeah, and Jeremy's going to have to call with better suited clubs.
Well, he's not in the real big blind, although it says
that's
big blind. But he
true.
probably is going to call anyway.
He
He
does.
could even 3-bet with this hand. This
Yeah.
is a fancy 3-betting hand.
Absolutely. But with Aaron already calling, Jeremy's just going to play this as a nice multi-way hand, which it is. Caremio would be pretty happy to know that he does have the best ace right now.
He'd be thrilled.
Be a little surprised.
He would mostly chop if an ace hit
Almost
the board,
always
though.
going to chop.
Not anymore, because Jeremy flops a deuce.
Wolf with the best hand. Some gutters are out there. Everyone has something going on.
Yep.
Check.
Wolf's got to bet this board, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 4-5 is there. There's some
Whatever.
2-pair combos, but this is just there's too much to protect against.
Worry about that later.
Bet.
Just can't let the whole world get a free card.
150.
Is Aaron going to call?
Sometimes he does this and then folds, but yep, he's just going to call with the old gutter. He's got a backdoor straight flush draw to go with it, I
I
guess.
mean, in his mind, he's got the overcard to the 6 as well.
I mean, Wolf did open under the gun. It's not usually that valuable.
When Wolf decides to bet 4 ways, it's not a great spot. Although Wolf has been known to continue into big groups without having it. We've seen him do that.
We've also seen him check, though.
Yep. Caremio with the gutter only. He would be closing the action. He's not even getting 4-1. Looks like he thinks maybe his ace is going to be good enough at the time that he can call.
And maybe it'll be disguised enough if he hits the gutter. Well, it wouldn't be because the 6 is there.
Yeah, it's not disguised. It's I'm not sure if I don't know if that's going to be a profitable call. Club's starting to come in now for Aaron. That's a big card for him.
Would have been for Jeremy as well.
He's got a big combo draw. Yeah, Jeremy would have a pair and the nut flush draw here.
The 10 itself does not complete too many hands. I think Wolf should probably bet again.
Yep.
Yeah,
you're
they
right.
Keep their beer in the refrigerator.
You figure when you're 4 ways and you bet if someone had a big hand, they're often going to raise too.
Yep.
So,
Unless somebody has 6-10 suited.
yep, which Action Aaron or Caremio could have, but once again, very unlikely. Now, both Action Aaron and Creamio do have a blocker to the nuts if they want to lose their minds. Aaron's hand is a lot better for that, of course, than
325.
Creamio's, since he's got so many outs.
Yes. It's going to be tough for either player to continue. Aaron could raise, but this is a big commitment at this point. I don't think he can just call.
I wouldn't be surprised if he calls. He does have a gut shot as well as the clubs. It's not, he's not getting the right immediate odds, but you hope, you make a little bit of money sometimes.
If the clubs
You
come
get
in
there.
and you call this bet on the turn and then you suddenly take an aggressive action, I don't think you're ever getting action from a better hand. And I
It's
also
tough.
don't think Wolf's going to bet if you check.
I think you are getting action from some better hands, but I think it is tough.
It's mostly like ales.
Creamio considering a move here, perhaps?
That would be the only play. He does have the blocker with the 5, but Aaron flatting, not great. Wolf deciding to bet twice, really problematic too. Wolf's got a lot of good hands here. This is near the bottom of his range.
I
at
don't
this
think
point.
Wolf is going to be betting anything other than a non-club jack, which he has the jack of clubs on
Yeah,
the river.
So one of the 2 jacks. Well,
Whoa,
there it is.
Okay.
How about that?
Well, he's going to be betting.
He's got the second nuts now.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think Aaron's going to give him any action, even though his name is Action Aaron.
Aaron's going to have to really go for it out of nowhere here.
You know, yeah, we drink like Annie Green Springs.
Yeah,
They're
I drink
really
like
sweet.
for sure.
Really, you said that. There's the check by Aaron.
Southern
They're
Comfort.
putting in the bid. Did he just shove it?
I think he did.
That was
Yep,
what
he
I
did.
That'll be that.
Yep. He doesn't even have to pretend.
Damn it.
That hand went very well for Wolf.
It's nice to make, $700 without showdown.
It is. Although when you have top set, you don't mind the showdown
Never bet the guy who's
Well, no,
throwing
but
back.
if you could make $700 without showdown all the time,
every time.
poker's easy.
As long as you don't lose $700 or more. What if you lose $7,000 at every showdown? Then it's not so
You
easy.
have to really avoid showdowns.
Yeah, always fold. Fold the race. You always got to leave a little extra too, so if someone shoves on you, you can fold.
Yeah.
Right? So that way you're not going to showdown. You're going to make $700.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty smart. Anyway,
I got
Does it count as showdown if you muck your hand before your opponent can see it? Because you're not actually showing anything down.
it does sadly count as showdown. Although I don't know what the rules of this magical universe are. I mean, some genies are really into semantics and some aren't. you know?
Yeah. Will Smith genies are. Robin Williams genies aren't.
Hmm.
Don't worry.
This
after
is
I
known.
check you, I got
This
some
is
like that.
known.
Check later, bro.
Mama going to raise it up with the ducks.
I got a little. I got a lot.
You know what they say about ducks?
They they have
Yep.
The whole buy-in.
they have those weird.
They love to. All right. He's 7 against deuces. Ace comes right in. Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. Mama going to rep
Yeah,
this.
I check. I
Nope.
check.
Oh, he checks it.
You're good. You're good.
So if I'm good, then I'm
Bet.
that
100.
These guys are gonna make fun of me for that top hand.
Yeah.
It's Action Aaron. I mean, he really doesn't have to have it, right?
I played that quite poorly.
I have you beat right now, but I can't call you the whole way down.
Just donating
I
it.
can't call you
Oh.
down.
Yeah, you were
For the
doing pretty good.
fucking hell of it.
Kind of like what he said there. I have you beat right now, but I can't call you all the way down. Even though he did not have him beat,
Yeah.
he's thinking about the rest of the streets of the hand, not just this one, which I think is smart.
What do
Yeah.
you have?
Fucking knucklehead. Huh?
What do you have left? One?
No, that last hand I just played so poorly that I can hear the. Oh, what was that? Fucking nonsense.
You know, who can call people all the way down is Danny. Danny calling with those tiny pairs and calling big river bets.
It worked out for him last episode. Not
episodes
maybe
ago?
2 episodes. Not so well last session against Ken.
No, well, that was him bluffing, though, not making the
That's
hero
true.
call.
That's true.
When he
You're
made
right.
the hero calls, I think they were both maybe even in the first episode of this, because this is episode
yeah, I
3.
think you're right.
They were both really spectacular calls for pretty big bets on the river,
Mhm.
and
When you
both
put on the
correct.
radio, put it on mute.
That's interesting. That's an
Ken with Big Slick.
Raise.
Put the volume
65.
down. That's the key.
Fold.
What might he be thinking? Like the kind of response we get when the kid's drawing on the wall.
And he hasn't folded yet.
Like,
Fold.
oh, interesting choice. Get up.
Can Danny defend?
Yeah.
Nope.
Chooses not to. I kind of like not defending with that hand against Ken's under the gun.
Yeah, I agree.
19-4. We could have chopped it if I was right.
In a 3-blind game, I guess it probably feels a little better to win the blinds with a good hand.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys want
And it also makes
saddle for
Danny's
this
call actually a little bit easier too, right? There's,
Yeah.
There's more money in there.
You,
Like
yeah,
Ken makes it
whatever you
65. There's
Wait for this
100 in
round,
there, and
is
it's 45 to Danny. I
For
mean,
this hand, I mean, yeah.
pretty good
sponsor
from
it.
a math point of view, you know.
Hey, look, we got a. Looks like we have a
It's live, right?
blind raise here from Mamba.
He's asking if he can put in the straddle here.
Thank you. Saving $40.
And he's being
I
told
kinda
he
knew that was
cannot,
coming,
that
so
it can
I
be a
thought I'd
blind,
do
but
it.
it can't be a straddle, which you might say, what's the difference? It's mostly just about the software.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although we can do button straddles somehow.
Yep, button straddles are allowed, under the gun straddles, for some reason not. Don't ask us.
Okay.
It's kind of like a splash.
If it's a live straddle, it's just another blind, right?
Yeah.
So,
And everybody still only has to
But it's
call
not a
one.
live straddle. It's a dead straddle.
I would never do.
You can't raise if it's limp to you.
Fold.
That's the difference.
what are you talking about?
Fold.
A
That's
lot.
not true anymore.
What do you mean?
In these games, these straddles are all live now.
On the button.
Yeah, but, yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the reason that Mamba didn't do it is if he actually put the money in, it would not be a live straddle.
Oh.
If it were limp to him, he would not have the option to raise.
That was only because of the software piece, though.
Yes,
and,
yes, of
and in
course.
fact, that's something that I'm told they've already worked out and are going to let
Oh.
the players know they can put in
100.
the straddle as a fourth blind.
Okay.
So they just had to, I think, check with the crew. The crew said gave it a big thumbs up, but they weren't ready for Mamba to ask that question.
Meanwhile, we have Ken flopping trips against Aaron's
Oh,
top
boy.
pair.
Oh boy.
Well, that's going to kill a lot of action.
Yep. Aaron does have the 10 of hearts, which is pretty nice for him. Although the king of hearts would be crazy. 8 of hearts is pretty good too.
That'll take it.
Ken checks again, and I think you do have to bet here as Aaron with the second nuts, right?
It's not the second.
Oh, you're
nuts.
right. The second nut flush, though.
I don't know. Do you have to bet?
Don't you have to bet? How often is Ken check raising you here when he check?
But what are you getting called by?
160.
Worse hearts?
How often did Ken bet worse hearts on the flop? And then
Ken
check
didn't
the
bet.
turn.
Did Ken bet the flop?
Oh, he
Aaron
check
bet the
called.
flop.
Well, fuck.
In fact, he does call with trip jacks. There's another thing you can get called by.
You should get raised by trip jacks. Is what you should get.
Flopped it.
Well, fucking ounce.
Well, maybe you should.
I would have liked to see Aaron put a raise in if he was going to put chips in.
You mean Ken?
Ken, yes.
You're really struggling. This is what I always do. You've turned into me.
That's
This is
horrible.
great.
My worst nightmare. No, I think Ken would have done better to raise there, blocking all of the full houses. I don't know if his story adds up too well, but I think
Aaron's an interesting guy to do that with because we saw him last episode actually against Jeremy bet the turn and then bet the river with the 5 of spades on a 4-spade board.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a bluff.
I guess it was, but there you go. Like that would be a real problem to call with trip jacks if he's
Yeah.
going to bet the baby spades or
Right.
the baby hearts in this case, right? So that's exactly where a raise is really going to help you out
Yep.
a lot more. I assume Aaron's folding the 10 of hearts, but I'm not sure Aaron's folding the 10 of hearts.
I think he is.
Anyway, Wonka with the pretty
70.
king jack of hearts.
He's been making it 70 in this game.
Yep.
And still is.
Action Aaron. Looks like he only has calling chips.
That's okay.
It's just surprising, but totally fine.
Fold.
Against Wonka's under the gun range, I think that's totally fine. When you're +1.
Fold.
Just especially in a 3-blind game, you just may be up against a lot of players, and here we go.
Yeah, as long as you're
Kinda
willing
like
not
the
to
other
win
option.
every hand that you think is a good hand, it's all right.
You're gonna lose a lot with Ace King off.
Players.
Is all, but so be it. It is disguised. I'll say that. King
That's
3-3. Wow. What
problematic flop for Wonka.
amazing flop for Action Aaron. Wonka knows he could be losing to King Queen and a random 3, but that is it.
Now it is.
He does check. He thinks it's unlikely to get value from weaker hands, and I think he's mostly right. There are some weaker kings. Oh, Ken has called with 5-3, in fact.
Oh yeah. Look
So
at
Ken
that.
does have a 3. So this is a disaster for Aaron, actually.
220.
That's right. Ken definitely did call. Well, Ken had him with trips against top pair last hand and lost. See if it happens this time again.
Call.
It's tougher. There's only one king left,
Fold.
The mask does. I don't know about your
and then he'll be chopping with Wonka anyway.
I think
Actually, Wonka
Wonka's going to
hasn't called
fold.
yet.
Wonka's going to fold.
And you are correct.
I don't think you should ever call there as Wonka. So I think it's right to fold.
There's the deuce of clubs. Pretty safe card for Ken.
It's going to keep walking the dog.
Now, Aaron, should you bet as Aaron here, you have the best king. Ken rates to have a lot of kings. Ken is very sticky. I kind of like a bet.
I do too. But I think you can't go for a third street.
I think against Ken you can. I think I disagree with you.
It has to be a small third street.
Raise.
Okay, I'll grant you that.
Oh, it looks
Well,
like
here's
Ken's
the
going to raise it
anyway,
up.
so that changes things.
Now, should Ken be raising is a good question, too, because I think this looks extremely strong. It was such a dry board.
Yeah, and Ken also doesn't have. He isn't like a big raiser post flop as a bluff, so he's not like a big bluffer type. So he's not.
And it would just have to be like 9-10 of spades for no reason. Like, why would it be a bluff? It's not a king. Ken certainly knows not to raise king jack here, you know.
Right. So this is where it gets super weird, and this is why the fact that Aaron can fold ace king, and look, as we see he's about to,
Yep.
really tells us that this is not a profitable raise, as it turns out.
Fun's right there.
And let's take a look at these winnings so far here. Aaron taking the brunt of it. Danny doing quite well. Ken creeping up there.
Yep, Danny making all the hero calls. Ken just destroying worlds as usual. And yeah, as you said, Aaron throwing the party so far. But it's still pretty early. Not even halfway through this session.
The party's really, it's on Aaron's face. It's that mask. That's the party.
Can't see the mask right now, but trust us. If you look through those little slats of color. Oh, there it is. Action Aaron with the ace-6 of clubs. He's playing it.
That was a nice fold by Aaron in the last hand, by the way. We're mostly talking about Ken's play on the turn. Even though it makes tons of sense to fold ace-king there, because Ken's line is extremely strong on that
Yeah.
board, it's tough to actually do it.
I agree.
Call 20.
I agree. Figure you're under repped. You have the best possible king.
Call.
Pocket ace just limping in.
All right. Set mining, I guess,
Yeah.
because you don't really like any board that's not a set for you when there's
Well, I
this
guess
many players.
5, 6, 7 isn't too bad.
It's okay.
You'll take 5, 6, 7. I think.
Yeah.
6 players.
But not too many. You're right. Jack 10 4 rainbow.
Top 2 for Danny.
Does anyone else have anything? I guess there's a
Wonka.
gut shot for Wonka.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is it. Danny puts in a real bet here. I don't know if I don't think Wonka's calling.
No, he's not even last to act.
I think Danny bets at least half pot. Yep.
Oh, Ken is going to call.
Fold.
Whoa.
This feels
Whoa,
like
whoa,
some
whoa,
classic
whoa.
Ken stuff right here.
This is where Ken always hits the ace on the turn and is good, but an
He's
ace ain't
not-
going to do it for you this time.
He's
Wow.
even if Ken were last to act after Danny bet, that would still be ambitious. But being first to act after Danny, I don't really know what Ken's thinking here.
Well, Ken can now hit an ace to win if Danny doesn't bet. But if Danny bets, can Ken really call again? How? How
200.
could he?
Fold.
No, and
No, he
does
lets
not.
it go. Is he just thinking like ace-9 blocks all of king-queen's outs, and Danny could have
No.
king-queen? Like,
I think he's just like ace nine's a pretty good hand. I don't think he's. One of the things that you and I will think a lot about are the people behind us to act. I don't know if Ken's as cognizant of that piece. In fairness to Ken, he makes a lot of hero calls and he's right a lot against these guys.
yeah,
But this is
that felt like a different spot.
that felt like a slightly different spot. Yeah, I agree. But you know, they say those who can do, those who can't commentate on poker. So here we are.
Yep. Get that plenty of times. It's
Oh.
great.
Fold.
Jeremy just not playing any hands, locking up his small loss
Oh, yeah.
on the day.
Gotta
Pretty
lock it
smart.
up.
Pretty smart.
65.
Here you're going to open that pocket sevens. The walking sticks.
Uh-oh, Karimio. It's wolf time.
Wolf, the second big pair of this episode. Pretty good. Let's see how big he makes it.
Fold.
It's wolf time.
Fold. Fold. Fold.
I guess Cream is just going to be forced to call here with 2 sevens.
We've seen him make some surprising folds in the past, so
Oh.
it's possible he will, but nope, looks like he called.
Yeah. They're deep enough. He can call.
Yes, absolutely.
And there's a king. Luckily not a 7 as well for Kareem.
Yep, that would have been disaster.
Now, do you want to check this back sometimes as
I
Wolf?
do. I feel like it's tough to find hands that feel comfortable calling us, and there you go.
Yep, makes sense. You're targeting the last king in the deck, basically, or some very lucky jacks type hand, pocket jacks, pocket eights.
Now you can try to get value from Jack 10 suited, Queen Jack suited, Ace Jack suited. You could have gotten value from them on the flop, but you might get 2 streets now as Wolf. You also can protect against spade draws.
Yep. Creamio's going to have an interesting decision if Wolf doesn't size this too big right now.
Yeah.
With a pair where it looks
Wolf
like
could
you
easily have Ace Queen.
Exactly. Here comes the bet.
Bet.
Let's see how he sizes it. Doesn't look like it's too big. Is that 150?
There's 3 combos of kings and
150.
and
Very
16 combos of Ace Queen. If you're putting him on that range, then you can consider making a call.
Yep. You could also put him on a hand like pocket queens.
True. That's fair.
That's a very reasonable check. And pocket tens maybe as well.
Maybe
Is that a
tens.
raise?
Yeah.
Whoa. He's trying to get him off a hand like pocket queens.
That's interesting.
This is a really interesting play. He doesn't have any blockers, but
Found another
it's
pile.
pretty understandable why he might do this. Boy, did he run into it, though.
Yep, this is a problem. Wolf has the nuts.
Now, if you're Wolf, do you jam or you just call? I think you just call and let Caremio fire the river. It's only 1,000 back.
Yeah, I think if Caremio has a set of 4s, he's going to fire the river anyway.
He's getting it in either way, right? Even if a spade comes, Caremio's not going to check fold a set.
Yeah,
right?
you wouldn't think so.
It says, yeah.
Wolf is wondering, though, if he should shove to get value from those hands and charge the draws to the maximum. Caremio could have a spade draw or combo draw like 9-10 of spades.
I guess, yeah.
All in.
He goes all in. It's totally reasonable to go all in right there. You want to make sure you do get the value out of the hand. Maybe Caremio has a hand like Jack 8 suited once in a while. Probably not. He called a 3.
No, I think he's folding that pre.
So it's mostly sets,
One-time bet.
a rare king jack,
Yep.
or a combo draw, right?
Yep. Maybe not flush draw.
And maybe you think all those things are calling actually if you shove. So maybe that's actually a good jam.
I think with the stack to pot how it was, I think any combo draw probably has to call.
I think so. So actually, I kind of like the jam now that we're talking about. The only thing that's going to fold is a hand like that we just saw.
Which is
like-
probably going to give up on the river anyway.
I think mostly it's giving up. I'd be pretty inclined to give up once I got called there. Be like, oh, you're not folding
Yeah.
queens?
Oh, it's you called with queens, which is seems unlikely. He's probably folding queens, so you probably have something better than queens. You don't have ace queen anymore.
So that was interesting by both players. That was a cool hand.
Yep.
Creamio just sort of ran into it. A lot of the times that's going to work. Just not that time. Anyway, let's double board this baby up, shall we, Grant?
Okay, we'll double board the baby.
Here comes the first board, Grant.
Sounds like social
I
services
agree.
needs to get
10,
called.
Queen, Jack, Rainbow.
We would have been
You don't have to say
both
that.
hands by the end of the night.
5, 7, 9, 2 spades.
Little weird.
Wonka has nothing.
Zip and pip.
I mean, he's got a 7 on the bottom, but who cares?
He's got nothing.
Check.
Aaron's going to bet
Bet 100.
whatever his 4 cards are. Hey, it's Ace, King, 6, 5.
So he's
With-
got a pretty good hand on the bottom, but not that good. But on top, he's got the nuts.
Yep. Of course, this is a hand where you can share the nuts. Hey, Caremio with top set. Nothing going on the other board except an overpair.
But you can't fold top set as of now.
Nope. Wolf with the spade draw on the bottom and the open ender on top with a pair. Pretty
Yep.
good.
And backdoor diamonds on top.
Oh my gosh. He's overflowing. And there you go. There's the shared nuts with Mamba.
And Mamba has the backdoor nut flush draw, although he blocks himself on top as well.
He's got a pair of 7s on the bottom and nothing else going on. There's the 3 of diamonds. Wolf now has diamonds as well up top. And the 6, does that change anything for him? Action Aaron now has 2 pair on the bottom.
Yep.
There's a lot going on here. 7-4 is also open-ended now for Mamba on the bottom.
All in.
I'd expect Aaron to keep betting because he still has the nuts on top.
Well,
and yeah,
he just went all in. I guess Mamba's just going to have to call him. Caremio is going to have an interesting decision.
this is a tough spot for Caremio.
I mean, you have to. The problem is he doesn't have anything going on the other board. I don't
He
think
has
can
spade
call.
draw.
Caremio?
Oh,
does
no, he
not.
doesn't. No, he doesn't. You're right. He has nothing on the other board.
Yeah, so he can't call with just the overpair on the other board and very much not the nuts on this board. Like, there's a bunch of straights. They're all possible.
Well, if he knew what he was against, he could call because he actually does have the bottom board, except for against Aaron. But he has reasonable outs against Aaron on the bottom board.
Okay. But a lot of times, there's with 2 people to act behind him, too.
Yeah,
Someone
no,
could
I
have
think
the
it's
nuts on the
I think
bottom
it's
board.
a fold.
Yeah.
Even though having top set and a flush draw on top, it sucks to fold.
It really sucks. And you see Caremio still thinking about this one. This is something that's fair to think about. He's got 1.6K. There's 1.6K in the pot. You just have to assume you're really never winning more than the top board, and you're probably currently behind on that one too.
Wolf could win both boards if the right cards come.
Yep. This is a really tough spot for Wolf with all the draws.
Fold.
He just lets it go.
Yeah, he knows.
They're not nut draws. You know,
Yeah,
it's
he's
different.
right to let it go.
And Mamba, of course, is going to have to call with the nuts on top.
And the straight draw on the bottom, and a pair.
Yeah.
He just has to. He hasn't called yet, though.
I did not see that he had
It's a
cards.
spot where you might really hate it.
You hate to get quartered, and right now, by the way, he is getting quartered. Somebody's getting quartered if he calls.
One of them will get quartered, yeah.
So that's fun.
So many.
Quartered, of course, means where you
That doesn't
You
matter.
only win a
split the
quarter.
pot on one board and you lose the other board, so you only get a quarter of the pot. That is rough. You put in 1.6K, you chop the top board and you only get $400 back,
Really innocuous.
plus a quarter of the pot. It's not
It
good.
doesn't feel like you can fold, though.
I don't think it's foldable here at all. I'd be really surprised if he folds. Because he's got draws to go with it, too. It's just a little too good, I think.
Aaron would love a fold. What a great result that would be.
Oh,
It'd
you're
be
quiet for
amazing.
once.
Although
What happened
he is
there?
currently ahead on the bottom. He's got
Yeah, but he's not ahead that much.
No,
Look,
no.
At, look at the
He'd love to
equities.
just get the full pot right
Yeah.
now for sure.
Ace high flush draw when you don't have shit on this side. Right? Oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking man. Oh,
The power of the big bet. Aaron just showed a card.
We don't know what it was.
nice hand.
Mamba folded.
Nice
Yep.
hand.
Mama lets it go. I'm
I don't know what the fuck you had,
surprised.
but nice hand.
Did Aaron show ace king, maybe? He might have showed the ace and the king.
He only showed one card.
You sure?
Yep.
God damn it.
Atta girl, nice try. Got a set of
I'm told it was the six of spades is what he
No,
showed.
he had the bottom.
Interestingly
He
enough.
had the bottom.
So now it looks like he has a flush draw
Yeah.
and a pair on the bottom, and
You guys are all right.
yeah.
So you might have gotten quarters.
Showing one card not as valuable in this game as in Hold'em,
Yeah.
but still some value.
I think he does better actually to show an ace or a king.
Yeah.
But like I might have the nuts up here. It looks scarier, you know.
Yeah.
He might have.
Than which means it's maybe not as scary.
Right.
Like when you show a non-scary card after you've gone all in, they always have it, right?
Well, it
'Cause
turns
they
out
have to.
Turns out that was a better expected value situation for him than getting called anyway, so
Yep.
it worked out.
Dude, you played
It
worse than that.
worked out for everyone pretty
Yeah,
well.
I
I
have.
would say.
I put in 1,000 before.
Not
with
so
all
well
the
for Mamba.
cards.
That was a worse expected value for him than had he called.
Fold.
I don't know. I mean, he's got if he puts in 1,600 and he gets quartered, he only gets 400 back.
Yeah, but he had 38% to not get quartered. He had 38% to quarter Aaron.
yeah,
Raise.
that's pretty close.
That was a good bet, though.
I
65.
folded a bigger hand than you, Mamba.
You did?
Fold.
For sure.
Call.
You had ace king also?
I had
Aaron
ace
calling in the big blind, but not the biggest blind with ace 5 off.
7-4 for open-ended straight
The
draw.
threeb.
I don't know why it's 3B instead of BB for
It's
biggest blind.
called the threeb,
Should be big blind and biggest blind. It's pretty obvious.
obviously. Who wants to rep a 6? I think Mamba wants to rep a 6.
Mamba was the opener, but he could have some 6s here from opening on the button, and
Sure.
he is going to bet. He certainly has overpairs,
I know what to
club
do.
draws,
Fold.
and no one has
Maybe I
anything.
should've called.
Well, Jeremy hasn't folded yet. Now he has.
He has the king of clubs, but it's not good enough.
Cards
No.
out of the top. Might have folded.
Yeah, it looks like our dealer almost
Yeah, I never
kept
considered that one.
$4 chips for
Fuck.
himself there for a
Now I
second.
know next time. No.
Oh, you know.
Suited.
Six very suited.
That's a raisin hand where
But he didn't.
You also had a 6-3?
I felt like he was strong. I mean,
no, he had
Look at that. Nitrogen Sports.
I'm good at physical tells you
They
guys.
are a sponsor.
Nitrogen Sports.
They are the reason why we bring you this every week.
What was you telling me on that hand?
We're happy to bring you 5, 10, 20 cash game poker on the regular.
I said I folded.
No
60,
charge.
I flopped the boat.
Just your attention. That's the only thing it
I was
costs.
like, I had a really good read on Mamba.
Which some people may argue is
I
a very
flop
high
call.
cost, Grant.
Depends on the person. Tell
Yeah.
me your name and your occupation. I'll tell you how much your attention is worth.
My name is Bill.
Oh,
My
it's
job
already
is-
pretty low.
I work on the subway in a way I will not describe beyond that.
So when you say work,
Yeah. It could mean a lot of things, I
Yeah.
admit.
yeah, I don't want to answer because I'm afraid of Bill.
First one to get 5 in kind.
'Kay.
20
Fold.
bucks
Call. Aaron call.
So we got Mambo with the raise and Action Aaron calling.
Yummy, yummy.
He has been known to be wide in these spots. And there it is, the 6-4 clubs from the small blind.
It's wide.
It's definitely wide. At least he's suited.
Good for TV.
He likes that.
Heads up.
If you show me one, I might show you one.
And it's a gut shot for Action Aaron.
This is a check raise spot. if I've ever seen one.
I'm gonna bet.
You'd really love there to be one club on the board. Oh my gosh, Aaron shows the 4 of clubs and
You want me to show
bets.
you one?
That's pretty fun.
Wow.
Which one do I show you here? Hold
What
on,
a
I gotta
classic
think
human action Aaron is.
about which one I'ma show you.
Like,
I mean, how does Aaron ever have a 3 here when he shows the 4 of clubs?
The black one. or
Never,
fire?
right?
Let's see.
Like never in a million years.
it would be pretty sick if you did this, got raised because you did it, and then you 3-bet.
Is that Mama showing the 5 of hearts and calling? I
Yes,
believe
it
it
is. Okay,
This
these
is
guys
amazing.
are playing on a level that is perpendicular to the level that I would consider
How'd I pull that
normal.
one?
Another deuce comes. Either player could have a deuce.
Yep.
Aaron
I
checks.
check.
Mama checks it right
How do
back.
you check back?
He's winning with 9 high. Oh, a 10 comes for the chop, though.
It's a,
You check?
Is Aaron going to bet? No, he
No, you-
checks again. He's just giving up.
somebody's got to take a shot.
I got to believe Mama's going to bet here.
No.
No! He checks it back. Why did he call? Why did he call the flop? He was just going to check it down.
Don't muck it, Aaron. It's a chop.
Fuck, I should turn this one over. God
That's
damn
good
it.
stuff.
why'd I do
Yeah.
that?
That was
That was a fun hand.
I know if I just show
Considering
you the ace, you
not
Very
much
little money.
happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not a lot of money went in there. A lot happened, Grant. Just not a lot
I
of
am
money.
very confused as to why neither of them put any more money in after deciding to show those cards, especially Mamba.
Yeah, I can understand Aaron a little bit being like, all right, fine. But you think Mamba would definitely bet the turn.
thought you had
Yeah,
one.
or the river. At least the river.
nothing. Forget about
You have
it.
ace high a lot there, right? That's
We're
going to be
gonna
good
get it.
most of the time. Kind of
That was-
always.
That was
Yeah.
so bad. I can't believe I showed you.
Almost always. Anyway. Oh, they got half. They got a rebate. They got their money back. It's got to
No,
feel
'cause then the
reasonably
fucking
good.
Turn comes a deuce.
Right?
If you show the ace,
You just
Yeah,
get
you just
punished.
you fucking triple barrel.
This gets punished
you would have like shit
immediately.
your pants and then folded. No.
I'm going to fire up another hand here, Grant.
I guess we have to.
I'm told that
But I
we
think
have to
it's
fire
going
up
back.
another hand. So
I'll
here we
Okay.
go.
Going up.
The overlords at Poker Guys headquarters are sent an all-office email to fire up another hand. Here we go.
We call it email because we don't like to think about what it really is.
No one likes to think about that.
Yeah.
But why don't you tell everyone what it really is? So they
It's
know.
like a telekinesis. That's the wrong word. What-
Yes, that's definitely the wrong word.
Telepathic.
That's more
That's
like it. Yeah.
It's like a telepathic message.
Yeah.
The overlords have the ability to send, and the thing about it is, it's not just information that you get; it actually really hurts. But
Yeah, it hurts.
yeah.
It hurts more when they send images, though.
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
I've actually seen Grant bleed out of his eyes.
Yeah.
But honestly, it works for you as a look.
It was honestly a really cool image. It was Ken with a backwards hat, which everybody wants to see. And I had to go through a lot to see that image. So if you want to see it, you're gonna have to pay me $5.
How are you going to show it to them?
I'll ask the overlords to telepathically communicate.
Good answer, good answer. All right, here's Ken. Under the gun with 8-7 suited. Just going to move right on from that little bit.
Sure, go ahead.
65.
A few members of the audience really hate those bits.
I don't care.
I'm just saying. Just acknowledging their presence. Stop making jokes.
Fold.
Just call the poker.
Fold.
You mostly do.
Fold.
Danny going to call with worse hearts.
The digital Dan.
Player.
Nope.
It has to be offsuit.
Oh, I thought because he was Danny, you were
No,
saying he
no.
was the digital Dan.
No, the hand.
Oh, that's fair. 5-10-5, nothing going on. This is anybody's. Feels like Action Aaron all day.
Feels like Ken because
Whoa.
Ken's got the 2 back doors. He's the aggressor.
Fold.
Yeah, I thought Ken was just going to check, but he did not.
I like a bet.
It worked great. It's got to feel good. And we're going to get one more hand. The overlords have decreed one more hand.
It really hurt when they decreed that,
Yep.
but at least we got the information.
I would, they could just put up across the room. I can see
Yeah,
them.
or-
Just one finger.
or
Just
they
put up a finger. It's
and
one
it's
more
not
hand.
like
It's the
they
same thing.
don't have actual email. They could also do that.
You know what? They could talk to us like human beings, but no.
Well, they can't talk to us
Well,
like human
well,
beings.
no, you're right.
They're not human beings.
They can talk to us like human beings. They
Aye.
can't talk to us
Yes.
as human
They're
beings.
pretty good at emulating human beings when it
Pretty
suits
good.
when it suits them.
when they need to.
Yeah.
When the army's around or
Yeah.
looking for, downed craft.
Anyway, final hand here of this episode, but this session will
Blind
continue.
v blind. Big blind versus bigger blind. Here's Danny.
Check.
Ken's going to check it back, but expect violence all the same.
Sure.
Top pair for Ken, bottom pair for Danny, and here we go.
Violence.
20.
And bets 1 blind. Danny has to call.
Yep.
This pot got fat in a hurry.
Oh yeah.
Pretty safe card.
In a 25-cent, 50-cent game, this would be a big pot.
Yep.
Bet 50.
Danny realizes bottom pair not good enough against Ken, and Ken's going to show him. And that is going to do it for this session of Poker Time.
Episode. Session's
Yes.
still going.
Whatever. We'll see you next week with more from this game.
Yeah. I would take Mahomes over like a Najee Harris or something, you know? Really? What's that saying your left arm? In a wisdom, strength, and